Hey guys, what's going on? Just making a video real quick about basically how I think the market's going right now and what I think. The ADP report this week and jobs and all this stuff are getting really conflicting information. Jobs came in really hot for last month. They came in at 330 when we were anticipating 177. So people were, you would think the market would be really bad today, but it wasn't. So basically what I've been doing recently is I've just been dollar cost averaging. The QQQ had a massive retracement down to basically like the 61%. It went just over the 78% Fibonacci retracement a couple months ago, I think in like July. So once it went to around the 61% retracement, I've been really buying heavy, and real stocks really beat down. So some are very like not popular right now in the market, but I really think they're just really successful companies. I've only been focusing on profitable, a lot of dividend. I really loaded the boat in last year. I did Shopify, I did Nvidia, I did Meta. What else did I do? I did a little bit of Tesla. I bought it a little late though. I bought it like 150, 160 after it went down to like the 110 area. So little error there, but if you guys have watched my channel, Tesla is my biggest position. I started that in like 2019, 2020. So I didn't want to get too crazy with overloading my portfolio just because I didn't want to be too overweight in it. So I didn't really like tempt me as much. My cost base in Tesla is $50 a share. So didn't want to get too crazy there. So what I've been really buying recently is Enphase. I really love that credit. The federal government issued a big stimulus package that hasn't even hit yet. That comes in effect in 24. So really, I like putting my money where the federal money's going, like for grants and stuff like that. So solar, Tesla, or EV and stuff like that. So my Enphase position is turning out to being like a top 5 position of mine. So it's getting really big. I think my cost base now is sub 140, 142. So that's really good. I started buying it around like 170, and I thought that was a really low point. So we're hitting 52-week lows with that stock. I've been buying a lot of Disney recently. I know there's a lot of turmoil there, a lot of uncertainty. They're investing a lot in their parks the next decade. Their balance sheet's kind of a mess, and their management's a mess. They don't know what they want to do with Hulu and the streaming and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. It's a whole mess. But ideally, I mean, it's one of the best companies in the world. It's been around forever. It is at 7-8 year lows right now. I can assure you Disney's going to figure it out. So without knowing anything in investing, in my opinion, if you, red flags should be going off in your mind if you see one of the greatest park and entertainment companies in the world being 7-8 years back. That should be a starting point. Like, I'm not saying buy it, but I'm saying you should be looking into the balance sheet, look at the income statement, look into what's going on, look into why it's doing that, So that's kind of how I do it. I just found it really, sub $90. I find it like too good just to pass up on. As a long-term investor, I'll wait 3, 5, 10 years to take profits if I need to. So I think it's going to get back to all-time highs one day. So that's something I'm doing. So really, Enphase, Disney. I'm buying PayPal a lot. People are really scared about interest rates and stuff like that. But I think that's going to be, you have to remember, just like in, during March of 2020, the Fed had an emergency meeting Sunday. They dropped rates, and boom, the market took off and just started running. So nothing is stopping the Fed from doing that. They just want to make sure inflation is totally gone because they don't want it to be like the 70s again. Obviously, when Paul Volcker came, shocked the market. Interest rates went insane, and it destroyed the whole economy for years. So he doesn't want to do that. He's not saying he's going to do that, but I also understand why he needs to be really firm on what he's doing with rates. So I get it. Inflation's going down. True inflation has a sub 2.5%. So I mean, it's inflation's done. The housing market's going to crumble in the Q4 and Q1 next year. A fixed 30s at 8% now. Like, that's insane. Like, if you, like, your buying power for every percent loses about $100,000. So, example, I bought a house in 2020. There's no way I could afford my house right now at even 6%. So it squeezes every millennial, every Gen Zer. If you're renting for a while. If you own a home and you don't have a reason to leave it, which most people don't, if you have a low sub 3.5% fixed 30, you're probably staying in it, and you're going to wait for rates to settle down or the housing prices to correct. So just some things going on. But yeah, I mean, I really haven't sold much. I am going to do some tax loss harvesting this year. I did do a risky play, obviously, in some of my investments in 2020 and 2021. So I'm just going to tax loss harvest some of that stuff. I mean, I made some money in Foot Locker this year, Apple this year. I sold CCL. I sold that. That was an investment from 2020. I think I made like 86% on that. So I do have some gains this year to offset, and then I actually want to sell some of my other positions to basically get out of all my bad companies I don't want to be in anymore, and tax loss harvest it, and then kind of like really start out good in 2024. But this year I'm up 42% or 30, high 30s, low 40s, depending on the day. I haven't looked this week, but having a great year, it really matters what you're in. I think the S&P is up, what, 15, 16%, which is a great year for the S&P. So a lot of people are talking negative about inflation, and it's stuck, and stagflation, and rates high, and oil high, and the whole nine. But like, if you really think about it, we had a really good year this year so far. So, and I think we're going to finish out stronger than what people think. Everyone's set up to all this negative, and we're going to go down, and this and that. Like, I don't know. I mean, usually when everyone's negative, it's usually a good time to buy. So I'm staying in the market. I'm going to constantly keep buying. We had a nice rally today, but I mean, you know, in August and September, we got crushed in September, or I did at least. So I'm just going to keep buying. I keep saying I'm going to make videos all the time. I need to consistently keep doing this because it keeps me in check too. So I hope this helps you guys out. If you guys are buying stocks, let me know what you guys are buying below. Let me know your thoughts on Disney, Enphase, and yeah, I've been really buying Disney and Enphase and PayPal a lot. So let me know your thoughts on those three. And yeah, till tomorrow. Make sure you guys subscribe. I want to get to 1,000 subs by the end of this year. So I think I can do that. So if I stay consistent and you guys like the content or whatever, or want to help me out and hit the subscribe button, it's much appreciated. Till tomorrow, peace.